I'm Magda from I'm a Little Creature. In this Amigurumi workshop I'd like to present you this project by LittleOwlsHut. This is Mystery Cat. I show you the first page of the pattern. You see, beautiful cat, crochet pattern by Svetlana Pertseva, skill level experienced. This is the first page. Second page with the materials and tools. My notes, the designer used yarn moderately fluffy, Kid Royal by Alize, and together with the Angora Fine by Sim, 2 strands of yarn together. Crochet hook 1.75 mm and 2 oval marbles for the eyes, PVC single copper electrical wire. You may read this. You have 150 centimeters long because there is a wire frame for head and body and the separately piece for the tail. You need white or matching the color of your yarn and pink wool for felting for the eyelids and nose, small amount. And felting needle, fishing line for the whiskers, stuffing, tapestry needle, transparent glue, sewing thread. You may use a ready-made nose if you don't want to felt the nose, a thread for tightening, and something to add weight to the legs, but you need to remember that you will tighten the legs, the bottom of the body later, and something for tinting. The designer used oil pastel. And with this material, with this crochet hook 1.75 mm, the finished size is approximately 25 centimeters, 10 inches tall. USA terminology. So now I'll tell you how I made this cat. You see these parts of the cat. So far I've made the head, ears, the body. I inserted wire frame. You see the tail, front legs, and these marbles I'll probably use. This is a gold stone. I like it very much. And something to add weight, these little stones. I will see if I will need these stones. For crocheting the head I used yarn Alize Angora Gold, number grade 21. Here is 21. And crochet hook 1.75 mm. I started from crocheting the head, and you see the marker goes along the top part of the head, so sometimes it's needed to make shift stitches because you have to keep the marker symmetrical. I inserted the wire after crocheting round 28 of the head. In the picture you see how the wire should go inside the body, and inside the head there is a loop. You insert the wire between the rounds 25 and 26 of head, distance 4 stitches between them. A piece of wire is also for the tail, and you wrap the wire around the main wire for the body. As for the marker, you need to keep the work symmetrical, so there's a need to make shift stitches. This is an additional single crochet in the end of the round, and then you move the marker for next round. It depends on your yarn or on your hook size, so you need to adjust it to your materials. As for the body, the marker goes along the back, and there are two versions to make the body, because you may crochet from this inserting the hook through the stitches of the bottom of the head, and you may crochet the body separately. I chose the second version. The designer chose the first version, so crocheted through the stitch of the bottom of the head around the wire that's sticking out of the head. If you choose the first version, you should start from the stitch marker of the head, and the stitch marker should be in the center of the neck, so you need to work shift stitches to reach this center part. I chose the second version, so I make chains and then crocheting this body separately, and then after inserting the wire placed through the body, I sewed this to the head, because I don't like crochet around the wire. It's not comfortable for me. And while crocheting the body, you work holes for the arms in round 32. I marked the point for the wire, a piece of contrasting yarn, and then I placed this wire through these holes later. After crocheting the round 67, you should insert the wire for the tail. And as I told you, I wrapped the wire frame of the tail around the main wire frame and then secure it with the electrical tape. After round 72, there is in the pattern instruction to spread the wire frame along the spine, and you see here is a loop for the bottom legs. You need to stuff the cut quite firmly, but first the wire here through this holes, and you may add this little stones or something to add weight to the legs. I will add these stones. I don't want to put the whole one big stone, because then I'll have to shape this bottom part to make the back legs of the cat. When I crocheted the head joined with the body, I started crocheting the ears, and the designer gives general recommendations for the ears, and the designer recommends to work first round for both ears at once to make them symmetrical. So I did it. I inserted the hook under the stitches through the stitches of the head, not separately, because you may also crochet the ears separately and then sew it. I inserted the hook under the stitches of the head and made the first round, then made the first round of the left or right ear. I don't remember which I started the first. And then I finished the ears. They are not stuffed. I need to hide within these yarns. Here is a long tail, front legs, and what is to do next? I'll close the opening of the bottom part of the body, these legs, add weight to the legs. I'll try to use the small stones as I showed you, and Then I sew this front legs. I'll put onto this wire. Firstly, I'll try to adjust the wire length and wrap around these ends with electrical tape, and then I'll add some stuffing before I close this opening while sewing these legs to the body. I'll tightening this bottom and the legs and as finishing, I'll tightening the head following the scheme. There are tightening for cheeks, eye sockets, and nose bridge. I'll have to glue the marbles into the eye sockets. So, and needle felt the eyelids, and probably I will try to needle felt the nose with a felting wool, following the instruction in the pattern. And I attached whiskers with a fishing line, and maybe I'll tint the cat a bit. So I go back to work and see you later. I finished the grey cat, and you see I crocheted the second cat. It's a cat girl and a cat boy, because I'm crocheting a gift for my parents' 40th wedding anniversary. I've made a red felt heart with this number embroidered. This is a blanket stitch to join these two pieces of felt. I'll hang this on the cat tail. What I did with this grey cat, I closed the opening of the bottom part of the body. I used a ladder stitch for this, and I put little stones as I showed you before, and I sewed the front legs onto the body, stuff this upper part of the leg, and I sewed the tail, made tightening for the front legs and this bottom part. I tightened the head following the scheme, cheeks, eye sockets, nose bridge. I glued these stones, and then I needle felting this upper eyelid and the lower eyelid, and I needle felted the nose with the pink felting wool. I attached whiskers with a fishing line, and tinted the cat. I used eyeshadows and rouge for the cheeks. You see the pink. So I tinted a bit the tip of the tail, inner part of the ear, a bit paws, the top of the head, here in this fold of the mouth. And look at this cat girl. I decided not to draw the eyes and not to draw on the stone. I like the stone as they are. I added a gold necklace, and tinted the light slightly, as you see. And finally, this cat will be standing like that, and this heart on the tail. As for crocheting the cat, it's a really nice adventure. The cats are not so difficult. The most difficult part of the cat, I think, it's crocheting the ears, place them symmetrically, choosing right marbles for the eyes, and felting. Yes, felting is not so easy, but not so difficult as well. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe my channel, visit my blog, Instagram, Facebook page. If you like the video, give me thumbs up, write a comment if you want to, and see you in next videos. Bye!